So it is that moment, where we just say, hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a learning platform, a place where we are vulnerable, share our stories of growth, development, but also stories of challenges, the things that have inspired our growth, development, but also inspiration to the world that we are living in. My name is Okanda Eugene, and I'm so pleased to be connecting with you from the comfort of your very good homes and your offices or where you're watching this video from. And I'm so much pleased to be here. So where did all this start from? Coming from the place where I'm the executive director of Okanda Leadership Academy, which is a corporate training and consultancy firm. I'll be sharing more about that later on. I'm also the executive director of Unlock Young Leaders Summit, which is an NGO, a registered NGO. I'll be sharing a bit about that. I'm serving as the Kenya United Nations Youth Representative. I'll be talking about that. But also I'm an author of very good 3 books, heavy content books. The first one is Build Up the Pressure of Being Gifted, public speaking and communication hacks, the very thing that I'm doing at this time. But also the third one is a corporate training manual that I was able to develop because of my passion, just training and empowering staff and team members of different corporate institutions. But how did I get here? Now let's go back to the era. I didn't have an opportunity to choose where to be born, just like you. And I was born out of the wedlock. I met my biological father when I was 21 years old. And for the 21 years, I think that is the time I was in the university of life, pushing myself through the hurdles and the very things that were almost breaking me down as a young person. And family was quite a place where much of what I'm doing today was shaped. So I learned about entrepreneurship at a very young age. I learned about going after opportunities at a very young age. So I grew up in this home, knowing this is my dad and this is the person that I'm supposed to connect with. And unfortunately, things didn't turn out so well. So I remember when I was at the age of a teenage, let me not say the age, but I was a teenager. Family just took a turn and things didn't work out well. And it was quite a chaotic scene of gender-based violence. My mom got so hurt. She was hospitalized for quite a number of months and she went to stay with a relative. So I remained home together with my siblings as the elder brother, and I was supposed to take care of them, walk them to school, cook for them, change their clothes and wash them. And it was quite a very interesting growth pattern. So nowadays when I sit in the interviews and people ask me, when first did you realize you could be a leader? Of course, by then I could not know, but joining the dots together, I've come to realize that my leadership stamina was built then. Those moments when there were no cameras, those moments where there's no one to tap your shoulder and tell you that you're doing well, those moments of hurdle and hardship. So that moment when I could just take care of my siblings, and that was for a long period of time. Now, the gender-based violence scene at home really was hurtful, and it really hurt me as a young person. I grew up with a broken self-esteem. I struggled through my teenagehood, really, really struggled. I didn't have a mentor and someone who could inspire me. There was no Instagram then. You don't even have a phone, something that you can check out to look at what people are doing so that you can get, the limelight and feel like, hey, I have this inspiration. There was nothing like that in the village. In fact, the very people who are around you are people who have already given up. Some of my friends and colleagues actually were able now to, they got married and they were having kids and it's not something to be proud of. But that is the kind of an environment that I grew up in. But something within me could tell me there is a better ending out of this. And every single day just used to wake up and face the day as it goes. But sadly, all these things, they poured into my academic performance. I really struggled through my academic journey. In fact, I was serial failing in school. One of the time that the results were out, the teacher who was releasing the exam actually stood up and said, and the last student is, and the entire assembly shouted my name unanimously like a national anthem. That's how bad I was. Walked in, broken, confused, given up already. And I did my first KCP exam long time ago, and I got 199 marks. 199 marks. Yes, I've said it. 199 marks. And I remember when the results came out and I was on call with my mom. So I rang my mom and I told her my results have come out and this is what I've gotten. and she told me, I want you to go back to school. By the kudos to my mom. My mom has been a very great inspiration to my growth. She is one of the person, even if the world shuts down today, I know I can run to her and she will believe me. Together with my dad, they have been so inspirational in terms of just helping me to know that I'm on the right path. So if today things turn out that they're not working, I know I have safe hands to run to. So my mom told me, I want you to go back to school. And if you cannot study for yourself, I want you to study for me. Those words literally carried me back to school. I went back to class 7, picked myself up again, did my second KCPE. I got 284 marks, called to this good school. 1 month later, I sat for my second time KCPE and I got 284 marks. And 1 month later, when other Form 1s had already reported to school, I go to my stepfather, tell him, the results are out. I want you to take me to school. He looked at me so ferociously and he told me, I'm not taking you to school. You will be taking care of your siblings. I felt so hurt. I felt so broken. I felt like life, even if after putting much effort, after putting much energy into believing what I needed to do, still there was no hope. And I felt like I just want to give up and end this. So that very evening, I took a rope and I went to the back of our house. And I wanted to do what people do when they have given up. I wanted to commit suicide. When I was in the moment was about just to release myself from the back of our house. I wanted to commit suicide at the back of our very own house. I had someone calling me. It was actually my cousin. So I had someone calling me, Steve. So I was crying and my face was full of tears and I had lost it. Man, I'd lost it at that time. But I felt the courage just to clear my face and to stop what I was doing. And I went where the voice was coming from, and it was my cousin. So he called me and he told me, hey, our grandparents are calling you. And No, those are the parents to my stepfather. And I went back, I connected with them. The very moment I was about to commit suicide, someone else was thinking positively about me. To cut the long story short, you can actually read that part of the remaining part of that story from my book, Build Up, The Pressure of Being Gifted. But my grandparents committed to take me to school, and that's how my journey began. I went to high school in the village, quite a bit of story there, and I want you to go read that part of the story in the book. The book is right here, and I just want you to go sit down and check out that story. But interestingly, my grandparents believed in me. They took me to school, and it was not a very prestigious school. In fact, we started a high school in the village. We were 7 Form 1s in class. But that's where my dream journey began. I put myself into work and I committed myself. I told myself, I will never go back again. And I told God, I remember I prayed a prayer that has sustained my journey till today. I told God, if you take me out of this hole, I'm going to serve you for the rest of my life. And I'm going to use every platform you give me to glorify your name. And it's been a journey for the past, now, quite a number of years now. I pushed myself, finished my high school. I got a B+. Quite a lot of story there you can read in the book. I joined Kenyatta University. Just before I was about to join Kenyatta University when I was 21 years old, that's when I met my dad, my very good dad, and we connected and we were able to just, I found a friend in him, and it's been a journey of father-son relationship, building it for the past 8 years. And that really changed the story of my life. And for the past 7 years, since the time I was 21 years old, it's been a journey of finding me. It's been a journey of self-discovery. Now, the very purpose I'm sharing this story with you, I don't know where you've come from. I may not understand. I may not know, not really understand. I may not know the things you have had to fight, the battles you've had to fight. But as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a professional, you need to win that battle. Because if you lose it, the next generation will have someone to point to, and they'll say, it is because of this and that person who did not create this and that platform for me. And I'm grateful to God. For the past 7 years, God has enabled me to build a vibrant group, and I've been able to start the NGO Unlock Young Leaders Summit. And here I am with Okanda Leadership Academy, a place where I'm going to inspire each one of you to become the best version of yourself. So today, I don't know what is going on in your life. what possibly the turbulence that you're in today, I just want to inspire you and tell you, please don't give up. Right now, I could be rotting in the grave. Right now, I could have lost it. But imagine the number of people my life has touched. I've gone to more than 200 high schools. I've spoken to thousands of people. I've written books that have gone to countries I've never stepped into. I've traveled, across this continent. I've been able to meet with people of great and impactful kind of experiences and journey. So you don't have to give up, because your life is a testimony that has to speak and has to inspire others. So today, I just want to tell you you're in the right path. And everything that has happened in your life was necessary to get you here. So cheers. Till next time.